this has South Florida written all over it.
It's like every marketing idea that ever crossed anybody's desk.
Now the Clevelander, sort of your late night spot. That pool party you have after 11 p.m.
Miami will host the 2017 All-Star Game.
Do you want to go to Miami in the summer? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. 2017, that's what the report says, that the All-Star Game will be in South Florida. Joining us right now, a guy who spends an awful lot of time there from MLB.com. Joe Frisaro joins us right now at Marlins Park. Joe, how you doing?
Good, guys. How are you this morning?
Very, very good. So what's the vibe like down there in Miami? Let me guess, it's upbeat. I can already hear the cheering. That the All-Star Game will be there in a few years.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of continues that momentum that the team has had all off-season. You know, it kind of started with the Giancarlo Stanton signing, and it continued through.
Joe, take us through what we're hearing back there. What's going on and how many people are there?
Well, it's Marlins Park, and there's always something going on. I think they heard that Joe Madden was coming on the show, and they got their Joes confused.
That's right. The Clevelander is rocking on a Thursday morning. One of the reasons why that place will be rocking once the season starts, though, is the two big stars. You mentioned Giancarlo Stanton, but between Stanton and Jose Fernandez, can you give us a health update on each one of these guys?
Oh, yeah. Well, Stanton, he's fine. I mean, he's ready to go. Spring training's in a week, and he'll report on the 24th. Jose, he's not going to be ready to pitch on the 20th, but he'll throw off the mound. He'll open the season on a DL. We're looking June 15th through July 15th as a likely day for Jose to hit a big league game.
Hey, Joe, you may not know the answer to this question because I know I don't for sure, but with all the things they're doing there, have they considered, like the Mets did, and maybe moving those fences at that ballpark?
It's something they're going to have to address at some point. Nothing's imminent. I don't anticipate it in the next year or two, but the door is open, and who knows, by 17, the All-Star Game, we might see that happen.
We've talked a lot about it. I just want to go back to Giancarlo Stanton. We've talked a lot about the fact that we haven't seen him on a big league field since just a horrific injury got hit in the face. But I was actually, for some strange reason, going through my old tweets and old pictures, and I actually saw something that you tweeted out. I want to say it was 2 years ago, and I think it was spring training, that Jose Fernandez actually hit Giancarlo Stanton in the head. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was Jose's rookie years before the 13th. It was in spring training. It was the first day of live pitching. And sure enough, Giancarlo gets in there, faces Jose. Jose throws a fastball. It goes up and hits Giancarlo in the back of the head. Scary moment. Fortunately, Giancarlo was fine, you know, but it was obviously a frightening moment. And Stanton got right back in there in the next day or so. And Jose had to kind of temper it a little bit, and he went on to be Rookie of the Year. So it kind of worked out for him as well. Right,
and obviously that was different than what we saw last September. But I wonder, and this is just me wondering, if I can't believe I'm saying this, but that he's almost like been there before, and maybe he won't be as affected as we all think. I don't know.
No, I mean, we're all curious, and it's going to be very interesting to see how he handles the situation when he gets in there and gets a pitch run up and in. But Giancarlo's a tough guy. I mean, this guy's a football player in his high school days, and he's the guy who wanted to get back on the field a week after he got hit in the face. Obviously, he wasn't going to be medically cleared for that, but, you know, he really wanted to get back going. All indications, we've seen bits and pieces of his off-season workout in California. This guy's ready to go to try to be an MVP this year.
Hey, I want to ask you about Jose. How is he, and when do they expect him back?
Yeah, I think June 15th, Harold, to July 15th is the window. I'd probably side more on caution and get him around the All-Star break. But this guy's ready to go. I mean, if he's ready to go June 15th, something to keep in mind, if you circle your calendar that night, the Marlins play the New York Yankees here at Marlins Park. So knowing Jose and his incentive, a Monday night game might be something that Jose is looking to do.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah,
hey,
we'll certainly mark it down.
Yeah, we'll mark that for sure. Of all the moves that they've done this winter, for a guy that follows the team so close, what did you like that they did?
Stanton. It started there, Harold, without question. I mean, I think, you know, when you look at the All-Star game coming here, part of that momentum was, you know, creating the culture change to get Giancarlo to buy into the program. To, you know, the front office made it clear they wanted to keep him. They had to convince him. Obviously, the money is the money. But, you know, to get him to sign, everything fell in place. And I think if you really look at the whole offseason for all teams, the Giancarlo Stanton signing's probably the biggest news of the offseason.
Obviously, you can make an easy case about that for sure. Joe Frisaro in Miami, thanks so much for the time. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Joe.
It's an interesting division, that National League East. I mean, I think I'm not
Two-team
alone.
race.
Yeah, it's the Nationals are a far and away favorite, but I don't know if the Marlins are really that far behind them. I think that they can at least be a thorn in their side all summer long.
I'm with you. Clearly everybody's talking about the Mets here in the New York area. They'll make some strides and be better.
Right.
But I think these two teams have gone above and beyond everybody else. But I look at it this way. There's going to be some wins that you didn't get last year that are going to come your way. You know, you look at the fact that the Marlins have closed the gap in that they're going to be more competitive. Those games with the Nationals are going to be great. And they gave the Nationals fits last year. You know, I remember when Bryce Harper hit the home run, it was the first time the Nats had beat those guys in Miami, in a while. So it's going to be very competitive.